I just want a normal relationship. My partner wants to spend time with me when I'm visiting from another country. We haven't even seen each other for several months, and you're making me feel like I have to beg you to spend time with you. That's up.
Porque tú eres una persona que me vive tirando muchas cosas en cara. Tu éxito y ese tipo de cosas. A mí no me gusta eso. Honestamente, a mí no me gusta eso. Yo no aguanté y le dije que me iba a ir de ahí. Pues yo estaba incómodo. Cosas cambiaron. Cuando fuimos donde mi mamá, dije que el baño esto, que el baño lo otro. El baño sí realmente estaba limpio. Todo empezó desde ahí. Porque siempre te ponen por encima de los demás. O sea, saber que yo soy un hombre y soy adulto. Y tú estás en mi país.
You're telling me that you haven't come around for all this time because I made you feel like a small man and you didn't have the dignity to come to me like a man and tell me what the problem was. You chose to disappear and allow me to waste my money and be by myself.
Yo soy el hombre en la relación. ¿Tú crees que tú me puedes controlar a mí? No es así. A mí no me interesa el dinero.
What the? You out of your mind.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk. As we all know, the travel YouTube space is red hot. Men are getting their passports fueled by YouTube channels like Austin Hollerman, Zoom to Thailand, Kings and Dreams. And these men are looking for better options for leisure, dating, lifestyle. You have it, they want it. But there is also a trend of passport sisters. And these women are looking for perhaps the same thing. When you travel to a Western country, it's an apples to apples comparison. These women are not expected to behave too much different. See, the modern women's stick goes great if you're going to England or if you're going to Switzerland. Then there's just a strict competition on lookism and not your attitude. But when you start to go to other countries where beautiful women are abundant, maybe even better looking, maybe more fit, more feminine, your attitude becomes paramount. And I have to say that Western women are in trouble in this area.
Shoot, bro, I'm gonna be real. This is the kind of female that I like. Just from a look standpoint, that is. Make me feel real simtastic on the Patrice O'Neal look scale. She's a solid 26, even at 38 years old. But with age comes baggage and extra nagging demands, but even though she might got the physical goods with her fine looking self, that modern woman mentality and inflated sense of self-worth, however, drops her a full 10 points to a 16. So like Roro was saying, too bad she got that modern woman ethos and attitude sense of superiority and piss poor personality going on for her. Making a modern woman like that, all I'm here is for a fun time, but not for a long time. Let's replay the clip to show where her modern woman weighs effed up.
We haven't even seen each other for several months, and you're making me feel like I have to beg you to spend time with you. That's up.
She's coping hard that he hit it and quit it.
Yo no estoy pasando tiempo contigo porque tú eres una persona que me vive tirando muchas cosas en cara.
Cuando aprendes
No sé.
inglés? In life, I did not get to where I am by doing one task at a time. If you don't start learning multiple things at a time, you're not going to be able to secure a future for yourself.
Quizás simplemente tratar de denigrarme, pero me haga pasar una vergüenza. Tu éxito y ese tipo de cosas, a mí no me gusta eso. Honestamente, a mí no me gusta eso.
You embarrass him in front of his family in a male-oriented culture, and you talk to him like he's your son husband. This is the Dominican Republic, and embarrassing your man like that? Like, come on. And another thing, why didn't April here find a suitable partner back in the States? Oh, we'll get to that answer in a moment.
If you want Valentine go to you to United States, why you don't come
Here it comes, wait for it. Wait for it.
Because I'm the breadwinner. That's number one.
There you go.
I make the most.
She wants to exert her power over him and any other male in her life because she is too much to handle, possibly controlling and competitive in a relationship with another high producer or even an average male. Why would a producer, high-value man, or a man that works 40 hours a week, making $65,000 a year, go home and deal with this constant struggle in his relationship?
Second, I am a physician, a practicing physician that's doing extremely well. It would be foolish for me to leave my career as a physician, my businesses that I own and operate, to come to the DR and live a impoverished lifestyle.
High-paying career woman, everybody. Nothing wrong with that, but if your bank account is not looking right, then be prepared to be in a relationship battle, even over little things with her.
I mean, let's be honest. What are we talking about? You can't provide for me. I have to make my own money. So why would I leave the United States?
Yet here you are getting that long stroke from Valentine. Shout out to the lead.
Tú tienes que saber que yo soy un hombre y soy adulto. Y tú estás en mi país. Yo soy el hombre en la relación. ¿Tú crees que tú me puedes controlar a mí? No es así.
Why would any guy at this point want to stick around if he knows this is the inferior position he finds himself in? Because no man wants to feel inferior and be in an inferior position, period.
So you're telling me that you haven't come around for all this time because I made you feel like a small man and you didn't have the dignity to come to me like a man and tell me what the problem was.
That's what we call smash and dash.
Instead, you chose to disappear and allow me to waste my money and be by myself.
April, you may be foreshadowing your future. I suggest areas of self-development, namely interpersonal relationships with men. I also suggest you lower your expectations and standards with guys you consider beneath you. And if you happen to deal with a high producer or a high value man, then you need to submit. Oh wait, modern women don't like that word. I forgot, it's a trigger word. So let's use accept or yield to a man around your level, whatever you define that is. Because I have a feeling April will have a hard time fully cooperating and complying under a superior man's authority. To her credit, I mean the guy should have let her know, but April should have known what she was getting herself into. The modern woman ethos does not work abroad, even with guys that you somehow think you are better than modern women. Or just go to another westernized country where guys are willing to submit themselves under your authority.
I want to take time to give a shout out to the YouTube channels that are pushing the message forward, and Beautiful Lives for having a passport giveaway. Lines are long at the passport office. I got a passport office down the street, and folks were literally lined up. The travel space is on fire right now.
Just yesterday, it was reported on major news sites about the unprecedented demand for passports causing delays and derailing travelers. Looks like the system matrix is doing its best to contain all the men with their freedom papers from leaving, rounding the blue book gentlemen stateside or now. More men from all over the Western world dealing with the delusional, unrealistic standards and demands of the modern dating market, favoring modern women, are beginning to revolt with their pocketbook and passports in hand. Why deal with the headache of a modern woman attitude when you have the options abroad?
The biggest fallacy that we hear from passport pro detractors are women saying odd things like, well, why don't you go to Japan? Well, as we all know, Japan has been the #1 destination for passport bros since World War II. American servicemen have been there finding wives, living their lives and enjoying themselves. Another obviously violent things that men and women say is that only losers go to find women outside of the country. Is Tiger Woods' father a loser? No one would ever say that now, would they? See, these are the issues that we face, and this projection does nothing to help them. Now back to the ladies looking for their love connection abroad and why they are taking L's abroad. Well, it's quite easy. You cannot compete with a woman from Colombia, Cambodia, the average woman from the Philippines, the average woman from Mexico. You're not going to be able to compete with the cooperation that they offer. You're not going to be able to compete with the understanding and the understanding and appreciation of having a man that they offer. You see, you're not going to be able to compete. And what you're going to do when you realize that you do not want to compete, that you're unable to compete, you sit there and you start telling lies that they only want you for your money. But the whole situation reminds me of something that my daddy used to tell me before he passed away. You were who you were when you got there. You see, ladies, you can travel all the way around the world, but if you ain't got that spirit of cooperation with you, or you got that Jezebel spirit, you're going to be seen and you're going to be dealt with. Same thing for men. If you was just a buster in the States, you're going to go and be somebody's sucker overseas. So I suggest self-improvement before you go anywhere.
It's been known for some time that men from the military and the civilian world have been traveling the world for decades exploring, marrying and settling abroad, or bringing their wives back to the States and raising families here, or marry and starting families with immigrants here creating kids like myself. It's a new wave of men, in this case, black men, as known as passport bros, remixing the movement into the new hot trend to remind men of all colors that we have the world in our hands, literally. And with that, non-black men are taking note, absorbing the game, because it's getting that bad. I have seen how the dating scene has progressed over the years with women having more options than ever before with Instagram, Twitter, and now the only hams having even NBA legends jumping into the DMs. The delusions manifest at a rapid rate. The expectations is a long itemized list. The standards that the ladies themselves cannot hold. The ladies can't handle doing the work, nor can they handle the competition from around the world. And when they can't handle the competition, because they dread doing the self-development work and looking beyond their ego to learn how they can prove themselves. Instead, the ladies turn to being sore losers, then go bad-mouthing women around the world and freedom paper holders. It's a damn shame. But guys, just go out there and exercise your options.
That's all I got for you, the polite savages. As always, like and subscribe. Hit us up on the YouTube THPPtube membership. Become a polite savage. And as always, ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Ooh, we out. That's all I got for you, you polite savages. Like and subscribe. Hit us up on all social media networks. Any suggestions for things that you want us to cover, drop it on the gram, THPP Network, especially from our members. Our THPPtube membership is very affordable. It's like a cup of coffee. And as always, ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? We're out. We found true happiness.